you like to see a recap of episode 1 before you start episode 2? No. The sun has risen, the birds are singing, you are still alive, and for now you are safe. Your gaze wanders across the room to the window and the woods beyond. You wonder if the monsters are lurking there right now, just beyond the trees, ready to pounce as soon as you leave the crumbling estate. Can definitely be done in one setting compared to this. How many episodes are out? Gretchen and Goober Company is good. Hold on. I'm just gonna check out the Scarlet Hollow page. I own the whole thing. So far there's up to episode 4. And episode 5's coming out pretty soon, right? Let me just have a look. I'm just curious. We're getting into... Oh yeah, they announced they're getting into game publishing, which is really cool. Episode 5 balance patch. 5 episodes is fully released. Okay, so the game's actually finished now. Sick. I picked a good time to play this. A familiar unease settles into your gut, tangling into a knot of anxiety wriggling as the events of last night play out in your head. Can't help but remember Duke, slumped against a tree, pieces of him scattered across the clearing. You're not sure if you'll ever feel okay again after what you've seen, but you can't stay in bed forever. Hunger pulls you from the clammy depths of the mattress. You can refresh yourself on the events of previous days by using the journal icon in the quick menu. Put your clothes in the dresser. Poke around the closet. Oh, good! Cursed doll in the closet. After what you went through last night, the last thing you needed this morning was waking up to find that doll in your closet. Pick up the doll. You pick up the doll to examine it more closely. Its foot reads, property of Alexandra. There's no way you're taking this with you. Look out the window. Creep towards the window, carefully not to be seen. Hold on a second. Okay, in about 15 minutes, I'm gonna have to go a step away for like a minute, but then I'll be right back. A finished visual novel is like a once in a blue moon thing. I get the surprise. There's a few visual novels I wouldn't mind playing. This is definitely high up on my list though. I'm sure there are others that would be good. You creep towards the window, careful not to be seen by whatever might be lurking in the garden. Excuse me? Have we seen him before? And why are we now hearing about something that creeps in the garden? For a second you thought you saw a movement. It could have been an animal. It could have been something else. Whatever it was, it's gone now. Maybe you'll head out there and investigate after you've finished waking up. Get dressed and head down to the kitchen. I'm not putting my clothes in the dresser. I'll leave them in my suitcase. We're back in the kitchen. Frou-Frou eyes you from her favorite spot on the counter. Her pupils dilate and her tail twitches. I see you are still here. How unfortunate. I can't do a French accent, sorry. Do you know anything about ditchlings? How about Gretchen sends her regards? Inform Frou-Frou that Gretchen still draws breath in episode 2. I got an achievement for that. C'est Sobere. Vitrover yours. The creature has not yet returned to whatever vile pit of hell it crawled from. Mingle, no! I will never get to pet Frou Frou now. That's okay. It was worth it. That was Wayne? No. Merde. Truly, ours is not a kind god. Can I pet you now? Pet Frou Frou. I don't wanna... Do you know anything about ditchlings? How about silently glare at her? She doesn't like small talk after all. Her tail switches in annoyance. This goes on for quite some time, each of you silently daring the other to blink first. Long seconds pass, your eyes drying out with each tick of the clock. Eventually you can take it no longer and your eyelids shut voluntarily. Frou Frou radiates smugness as you turn away to go about your morning. Hey. Did you know the police called me this morning? You've only been here one day and you've already had a run-in with the cops. Did they say anything about Duke? Did they find the body? Dustin is in the dresser. Oh no! Yo, speedrunning never meeting Dustin. The fact that I somehow managed to avoid him every time is really funny. I'm sorry. I am not doing it intentionally, I promise. Let me just check my phone. Okay. Did they find the body? Body? They didn't say anything about a body, but apparently he never went home last night. And what? Huh? Yeah, I know they never went home. He's dead. They had quite a few few questions about you, Murphy. Before you ask, don't worry. I told them that you're an upstanding citizen. Thanks for having my back. Yay! What else is family for? This pain face brings me joy every time. Trouble follows me wherever I go. Duke's blood is on my hands is probably not the play. I'm sorry. Good. I've gotta get to work. Listen, you better stay out of trouble today. I want you home by sunset. Don't want to hear complaints, just do what I ask and we won't have any more problems. Tabitha takes a few steps towards the door. Sunset. No? No, I don't think I will, actually. Your cousin huffily exits the kitchen. Her footsteps fade down the hall, ending in the characteristic creak then slam of the front door as it opens and closes behind her. I am so upset about Dustin. Once again, you are the only human in the estate. It seems you make a habit of bad first impressions, Gnome. Cat chuckles mockingly. Time to start your day. The last thing you need to do is to be sucked into more adventures. You're not going to leave the estate. You're gonna do what you were told and wait for her to get back from work. She's not gonna thank you for that. The best you can hope for from Tabitha is good. Now go to sleep. Don't be a pain in my ass. No. Make things up to your cousin. Screw going to town. Try to clean the guest bathroom instead. I don't think I want to do that either. I'm gonna make a PB&J. And that's that. Investigate the garden. You're remembering the brief glimpse of something you saw from your upstairs window. It's probably just a raccoon, but the uncertainty of what you saw gnaws at you and compels you to investigate, if only to prove that it was nothing. At the very least, you don't see anything now. You wander further into the garden, trying to pinpoint the spot where that thing had been lurking, if indeed there had been a thing to begin with. Time to save the game, just in case. Nothing bad's gonna happen. Take it all in. Where's Waldo? Oh, there he is. Garden is peaceful, undeniably eerie. Here, more than anywhere else, you're surrounded by the ghost of what this place used to be. Greenhouse sits in the midst of the overwhelming greenery, unreachable from years of neglect. Its glass clouded and cracked, statues reach out from within seas of weeds, as if begging to be rescued. And most strikingly, behind a pair of rusted metal gates, at the very peak of the mountain, sits a graveyard. You can just make out a few of the headstones, the Scarlet name carved deep and proud into their faces. You notice what a good view someone would have of your window if they stood where you're standing right now. Check the grounds for clues. You crouch down, pushing aside the greenery to examine the soft earth. A boot print, a big boot print, and what looks like some kind of viscera. Your thoughts turn to the specter from the night before. You snap a quick photo, just in case it comes in handy later. With that, you head back inside. Time to figure out what to do with the rest of your day. Head to town, of course. Tabitha isn't here to stop you now. You head outside, back to the mountain path that leads to town. The walk back to town is much less pleasant than today than it was yesterday, when you didn't yet know that the woods were full of monsters and strange men who know your name. You stare anxiously into the darkness between the trees, searching for any signs of movement, but the woods are still, at least for now. Oh, those are some mountains. The autumn-tinged mountains, sprawling for miles in every direction, now feel less like beautiful scenery and more like the walls of a cage. Almost back to town. You make it to town in one piece. No creatures jumped out at you. No scary men blocked your path. The sight of other people is comforting, helping you forget the things you've witnessed, as if they happened to someone else. Hey, Murphy. We were just talking about you. I stopped by Sybil's to pick up her new tea blend, and, well, you're the biggest thing to come into town since the coal mine. Folks have been absolutely buzzing about you. You went out with Stella last night, right? Did something happen out there? She barely even waved when she walked by. Tell Avery the whole truth. You tell Avery everything that happened last night. I have no idea what those things were, but they killed Duke. Whoa, slow down, Duke is dead? It's true, I'm afraid. That's awful. Has anyone told Bo? Yes, he's taking it as well as you can imagine. Oh, Bo's a lad. I'll be going up to check on him today, the poor lad. Can't believe you had to see that, Murphy. Tell you what, I'm on break for the next half hour. How about you swing by the diner? Winnie can fix you some of Sybil's new blend and try to calm your nerves. It's chaga and lemon balm. It's always helped me on the bad days. If you need to talk about what happened, I'm all ears. Anyways, it's up to you. See you around, Murphy. See you, Sybil. Take care now, Avery. Better get back to it myself. I'm glad I was able to catch you this morning, if only to see how you were holding up. Please don't hesitate to stop by if I can be of help. Do you know anything else about ditchlings? I know you said you didn't know much about beyond those stories, but that's still true, but I'm sure that you, Stella, and Kanika have what it takes to get to the bottom of things. I'm sorry to cut our conversation short, but I've got things that need tending to. Stay safe and God bless. You are alone on Main Street. What to do with the rest of your morning? Let's go to the general store. How about that? It's your first time seeing the general store in the light of day. Young man sits at the table by the register, too preoccupied with his phone to care that you stepped in. Snack and morsels. 800 nuts. Choco nuts. What does that say? Bog witch brownies? Ghost donuts? Authentic rocks. Yeah, I hope so. Pulled from the Scarlet mine. Fresh pickles, 99 cents. That's actually a terrible price for pickles. Unless it's a jar of pickles for $1. Then that's a very good price. Unless it's a very small jar of pickles for 99 cents. And then that's back to being okay, I guess. If you got like, I don't know, 3 or 4 pickles for 99 cents, that's okay. Listen, I'm just saying, I buy like a kilogram of pickles for $5. And so, you know, you can do pretty well. Isn't this this is the little logo for the game right here. Just kind of looking at everything. These scenes are very like detailed. Offer him your boiled peanuts. I'm gonna stop doing that. Hi, I'm Murphy. Just got to town yesterday. Yeah, I know, Mom told me. Well, maybe I should offer you my boiled peanuts then. Where's Kanika? Not here. What's your name? Miles. If I wanted to buy chips or something, do I talk to you or... Miles size. I guess, yeah. Kanika decided to skip work today, so of course whatever plans I had didn't matter. Just take the chips, I don't care. Wouldn't that be stealing? If Kanika cares about running this place right, she can hire someone else and let me live my life. I make most of our money on bulk orders anyways. A bag of chips doesn't make a difference. I'm not gonna steal. Have it your way. What you doing on your phone? Games. Probably haven't heard of them. Do you know how to get to the mines? Maps are free. Take a map of the town. The mines are a couple miles away, but you now have the power to visit your cousin of your own free will. Maybe I should. Have a boiled peanut. Looks up at your now quite pungent bag of peanuts, curls his lip in disgust, and returns to his phone. See ya, Miles. Miles does not respond as you turn and leave the general store. I got an achievement for visiting the store without stealing anything. Let's go to the diner. Air is still heavy with the tantalizing smell of breakfast. No, I'm not gonna do that. Talk to Avery. Get coffee with Avery. Coffee date! Slide into the booth across from Avery. Hey there, stranger. Before you can exchange words, Winnie sidles up, a fresh mug of tea in hand. Heard you might need this, and don't worry about paying for it. The funeral has you worried plenty already, I bet. The answer to 29 down is oink. What? But the clue is pen sound. How is that a sound a pen makes? Pig pen. Are you kidding me? How was I supposed to guess that? I don't know why you even bother with those things. They're just gonna frustrate you. Just something to do to fill the time. Maybe I should switch to Sudoku. Winnie leaves Avery contemplating daily newspaper puzzles, returning to her seat behind the counter. Thanks for telling me about last night. If you want to really get into the grisly details, you can tell me. I won't judge. Try your tea. Man in the far back corner clears his throat as you bring the cup to your mouth. Don't mind Julius, I don't think he drinks anything other than coffee. You hesitantly take a sip of your tea. It tastes like you're drinking mold that someone tried to unsuccessfully spruce up with lemon balm. Do I have a lunch break activity suggestion? Is it mahjong? You can't gamble in the coffee shop. Politely put the tea down and never pick it back up. It tastes healthy. Take another sip. Flavor is strong and slightly unpleasant, but something that tastes this bad must be good for you. Color me impressed. Not a lot of folks take to chaga so quickly. What if you don't believe me about last night? I'm not here to judge, I'm here to listen. You share everything. Glad to have someone to talk to about the horrors you've witnessed. Wow, that is some heavy stuff. No wonder Stella seemed distant. It is mahjong. It does waste an hour of your life. That's only if you do a whole bout of rounds. What if you just did one round? Monsters in the woods. I've never heard of anything like that around here. Man, I don't know. I haven't been around that long, but I feel like that's the kind of thing people would talk about. How exciting. Now that I think about it, when the cops came in for their morning coffee, they mentioned something about going out to the woods to look for someone. It must have been Duke. They seemed so disconnected from it, I figured it couldn't be very serious, but wow. Bastard was probably out drinking with his shotgun again. Julius, didn't anybody ever teach you to not speak ill of the dead? Well, I just told you how he died. That's not how he died. Cops out here in the middle of nowhere. I'm sure they've seen some horrors, right? Hunting accidents, bear attacks. I don't know where you're getting your information on rural life, but they mostly sit around and here drinking coffee. One does not just play one round of mahjong, you madman, unless you do it at a physical table, then you can pause at any time. I suppose you should do a bout of rounds if you want to win your new wife. Wife slash husband slash threesome, you know? I was like looking at the store page for Richie. Is that what it's called? Hold on. I'm scrolling. I haven't uninstalled it. I still intend on maybe playing it. I was looking at the store page and yeah. That's wild. That's crazy. Yo, that's crazy. Every now and then they break up a bar fight or arrest somebody for cooking meth in the woods. And the way they tell it, it's like some big sting operation, even though it's usually just some guy in a trailer. Now with that Duke situation, I guess you've got first-hand experience for how they handle anything that seems like an actual emergency. Doesn't sound like they really saw it that way, does it? I hadn't pegged you as a transplant. Where are you from? I moved here from Charlotte, something like 3 years ago now, maybe a little more. I've lost track. What did Richie City do this time? I zoned out because I ate some cinnamon whipped cream. I looked at the store page and it does not take a lot of time before you see like just wild stuff. Apparently you can date your tiles, you know? That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is if you scroll through the updates, it's like you there's some Mahjong gets crazy. Yo, Mahjong is like some wild stuff. Yo, I don't know how they're gonna play it at a coffee shop. Like, where would you install the poles? You know, all I'm saying. Winnie offered me a place to stay and a job, and who was I to pass on that sort of generosity? To be honest, it still feels like I just moved in. Practically everyone apart from the Cole folks grew up in this town, so it's like I'm the perpetual new kid. Don't get me wrong, folks here are plenty polite and friendly, but there's a shared history I'll never be a part of. Why'd you leave Charlotte? If you don't mind me asking. No, it's cool. I was having some issues with my folks about my education, which wasn't great, especially since I was stuck under their roof. My aunt heard about it. She offered me a job and a place to stay, and the rest is history. I haven't felt like an outsider at all. Everyone here has been so welcoming. The man in the back booth scoffs audibly. What's that guy's problem? Who, Julius? I can speak for myself. Of course people are nice to you, Murphy. Your cousin is the boss. Well, I'm being nice because I don't see why I wouldn't be. Murphy is new around here, same as I was not too long ago. Nah, kid, you're just nice to everybody, like you got some kind of condition. Tremaine, watch it. What? It's a compliment. Do you regret moving here? I don't think I have the choice to have second thoughts. I'm not going anywhere without Aunt Winnie. There's no way she's leaving this place. Found my place here, I think. Can't say I feel like uprooting again anytime soon. I think that means I like it well enough. Shouldn't uproot too often anyway. Stresses out the plant. Should get out of here before things get any worse. If you have a car, drive away. You think things are gonna get worse? Like that whole Portent of Doom thing was for real? There's no way I could get Aunt Winnie to leave. I'm not going anywhere without her. Not after everything she's done for me. I think I'll stick it out. I'm not afraid of a few monsters in the hills. According to Stella, there's always been monsters up there anyway, which is kind of a selling point for me, honestly. Maybe we should put it on postcards. My coffee's out. Oh no, and you've only had 5 cups today. How are you going to survive? Kidding. I'll just be a second, Julius. So they said education in this playthrough. When I played this, it was more vague about them and sounded like a transphobia thing. That is on the trigger warning list for chapter 5. Where am I to see the trigger warnings? Did I like miss it for episode 2? Murphy, sounds like I'd better get back to it. Hope you're feeling a bit better. Maybe the Chugga's had a chance to start working its magic. Before I go, I'm throwing a party this weekend. Nothing fancy, just a little get-together. Avery grabs a napkin, pulls out a pen, and quickly scribbles something on the thin paper before handing it to you. That's my place. Come by any time after 6 on Saturday. It's almost Halloween, and it didn't seem like anybody else was going to throw one, so I stepped up to the plate. Though if you didn't come prepared with a costume, don't worry. I'm sure I can convince the bouncer to let you in anyway. They say it during the game boot up. Loading screen, check the studio's website. Gotcha. Avery slips out of the booth, giving a friendly half wave before disappearing into the back. I've seen a few of them things up right near my place, you know. Bullets do them just fine. The man hides behind his newspaper, clearly uninterested in saying another word. You leave the diner ready to continue your day. Head to the library. I could visit my cousin at the mines. Oh, why not? I'm sure we could see a bit more Tabitha Payne. That would do me just fine. Sent me a link? Okay. Let's see the content warnings for episode 2. Realistic gore, children in peril, child death, claustrophobia, disturbing imagery and situations, stalking, implied infertility. These are the trigger warnings for episode 2, which we are currently playing. But only maybe for 15 more minutes. Can I get a cat meme like brainworm's explanation of what happened in episode 1. The woods are quiet today. It feels peaceful here for a moment. Before you start to question why the woods are quiet today, your thoughts can't help but wander back to the creatures you encountered, those ditchlings and the marks they've left on the local wildlife. The woods aren't quiet today. They are emptier than they should be. Your thoughts roll back to the waking world at the sight of a woman jogging towards you. Who's this? You must be Vivian's kid. Threw me off. I never see anybody out on the trails this time of day. Glad to see somebody in the Scarlet bloodline gives a shit about their health. Getting your heart rate up instead of just driving around. I've got a son about your age who would kill for the opportunity. I hate seeing young people give up on themselves for no reason. Yeah, damn, you're just like dumping everything. Shit. Give up on themselves for no reason than when other people have to fight so hard to feel normal. Need you to make a Scarlet Hollow in a nutshell animation video. Do you think she would like my boiled peanuts? Reese's mom? Is this Reese's mom? I'm very health conscious. Gotta get in my 10,000 steps. Good for you. The woman's shift's clearly about to continue on her way. You're the doctor around here? Have the cops gotten in touch about Duke's body? Duke died? Are the cops around here incompetent or something? His body is just out there in the woods. Yeah, I'm 100% gonna throw them under the bus. They do that all the time. I don't think our boys are in blue handle blood very well. Guess I'll be hearing from them soon enough. They'd better not make me haul him out of the whatever hole he wound up in. Did you know my mom? I did. I don't think she comes across as condescending. I think she's just a little bit terse, as a lot of people are in this town. Small town, everybody knows everybody, especially if you're around the same age. Woman's eyes impatiently drift towards the path behind you. What's this about a son my age? I don't think she's gonna hear about the gnomes. It's only fair that you tell me your name, since you seem to already know mine. Dr. Kelly. Never drop the doctor. I don't appreciate over-familiarity. Look, I'm on a tight schedule. I need to give Reese his meds soon. I didn't mean to start a conversation. I don't know. You dumped a lot on me there. Okay, bye. Bye. Picks up her pace again, jogging on without another word and disappearing around the bend. You're alone on the path once more. Bother your cousin at work on Tuesday without anyone what? Oh no, I didn't mean to skip that. The rest of the journey is a bit of a hike, but not quite as tedious as you anticipated. A humble exterior greets you at the place that made your family its fortune. Wow, that is a, like, legit mine. I was not expecting that. I was expecting, like, a hole in the ground. I guess that is a strip mine, and this is not a strip mine. Your cousin... Oh, I mean, maybe it is a strip mine. I don't know. Your cousin just so happens to be at the gates, but it seems... Wait, I wanted to see the achievement I got, because it seemed funny. Bother your cousin at work on Tuesday without anyone taking you to her. 15% of players have this achievement. Look at that. 15%. I'm in, like, the minority here. This is ridiculous. You can't fire me for having a damn cold. This has got to be some kind of, I don't know, rights violation. You aren't fired. Terrence, you're laid off. Cutbacks had to be made, and obviously I'm going to prioritize those cutbacks on workers who have a habit of missing shifts. I had mono. I was puking my guts out. Couldn't crawl my sorry ass into that pit. Wouldn't have wanted me there anyway. You only give us 3 days a year to get sick. It's a shit system. You don't have a note from a doctor. I can't just take you at your word. If you wanted extra sick days, you could have had them with the proper paperwork. Don't forget, by not showing up, you put extra pressure on your co-workers to pick up your slack. That's not fair to them. If you have a tendency to get sick like that, maybe you shouldn't be working in a place like this to begin with. As for your lodgings, I'll give you 2 weeks to move out. You know, Tabitha sucks. To hell with you and your damn mind. The shit house you've had me living in. It'd all be better off a heap of rubble. Miner kicks the dirt in a final act of frustration, but wanders off, leaving Tabitha standing steadfast at the gate. Murphy, what are you doing here? Staying out of trouble like you told me to. Yes. I'm honestly just going for the high score for how much Tabitha pain I can cause. Good answer. Well, so much for you not intruding on my work. Come on, I guess. I'll babysit you in my office. As you settle in, you take in the details of her office. You're surprised to see a poster of what looks like Stella. She has apparently been banned from the mines. Stella isn't the only likeness captured on the walls of your cousin's trailer. On either side of Tabitha's desk are portraits of older people, a woman and an old-timey man. Shotgun hangs menacingly over the desk. Besides that, there isn't much else to see. Do your workers only get 3 days off? Do they also get vacations, or... I don't need to discuss the intricacies of how I run my business with you. I've never seen her office. I'm the one making decisions because I'm the one who knows what needs to be done for this place to stay running. I don't need someone who's never run so much as a startup to try and tell me how I should be operating. It's not like I can take any time off either. I'd kill for 3 days. I didn't like how you treated that man earlier. Perlan always said your mom was too much of a bleeding heart for this job. Guess she passed that down to you. That's why I'm running the mine, and I'm not going to worry about what you think of the way I conduct myself. If I give these people an inch, they'll take a mile, and then everybody winds up out of a job, just because I couldn't leave my emotions at the door. Why is there a poster of Stella saying she's banned from your property? Stella likes to poke around in places she shouldn't. She kept sneaking up here to film videos, or whatever her excuse was. And as if that's not a lawsuit waiting to happen, so she's banned. Who are those people on the wall? I'm sure you recognize Perlan at this point. The other one is Enoch, our great-great-grandfather, who saved the mine from ruin after the collapse. The idea was to have all the family members who own the mines up on this wall, but I don't think Perlan was too excited to have great-grandma Eddie staring down at her at all day, so we're missing one. Can't blame her. I remember that woman well enough to know why she wouldn't want the reminder. God, you really talk a lot, don't you? Why is there a gun in here? You never call Perlan Mom. I'm an adult. I don't cling to the dynamics of childhood. Sybil said the things I saw last night are on an omen of impending doom. Something very bad is going to happen in this town. Sybil says a lot of things. She's one of those tea leaf reading fortune teller types. Really wouldn't take her vague warning seriously. This is where the Enoch lore was. Don't get yourself all worked up over what some sort of lady told you about the end of times or whatever she was going on about. This portent of doom stuff has me worried. How can you keep focusing on work when there might be some catastrophe waiting around the corner? Why is there a gun in here? It's Perlan's. She put it there to intimidate people. Always thought it was a little old-fashioned, but it works. If it works, it works. You wouldn't asked about it if it... You wouldn't have asked about it if it didn't leave an impression on you. She's giving me Tabitha pain from across the room. Hell yeah. Yo, what are we up to? Like 5? 6? This portent of doom stuff has me worried. How can you keep focusing on work when there might be some catastrophe waiting around the corner? I don't know anything about monsters in the woods, but if there's some kind of doom coming for this town, it'll be because I'm not able to do my job. Then the sounds of machinery are joined by another sound, the angry rumbling of your stomach. PB&J was not enough to sustain you this long. You require more substantial sustenance. Hey, are you hungry? I could pick us up something if there's a place to get food. Oh, I guess now that you mention it, yeah. Cafeteria has mac and cheese I don't hate. It's the building with a big cafeteria sign on it. Try not to get lost. I don't need you falling down any mine shaft. This cafeteria sign is not as obvious as Tabitha made it out to be. All the gray corrugated buildings look vaguely the same. You aren't quite sure what direction you should start heading in. Get directions. You approach the nearest group of miners. You could cut to the chase and ask where the cafeteria is, but you are here among the workers, unsupervised. What's the harm in asking if any of them have seen anything unusual? Got a reason to be bothering us? Seen anything weird lately? Miners look you up and down. Weird how? Weird noises coming from the woods? Not a peep. We're underground most of the day, though. You know, I heard something unusual the other night. Thought it might have been an owl or something, but it didn't sound right. It was an owl. You're just not used to the local wildlife yet. Okay. What do y'all think of Tabitha? Miners stare at you, distrust in their eyes. Harrison chews her sandwich slowly. She works hard. She's a good enough boss. End of story. You know anything about a guy named Wayne? Yeah, we knew him. He was such a cut up. Missed that dude. What happened to him? Miners shift for a moment, uncomfortably glancing at one another. Isn't that the guy y'all said was, he's gone. That's all that matters. Press them. Ain't our place to talk about it. Least of all, not with the boss's cousin. Oh, so you know, huh? I'm looking for the cafeteria. Gonna do you a favor and not tell you where it is. Oh, come on, Zax. Go easy on him. I am going easy on him. The calf is slop. You're better off grabbing a bite at the diner. Only good establishment in the town. I don't know, the mac and cheese is pretty decent. Mac and cheese is the only thing that's decent. And we all know why that is. Yo, Tabitha sucks. Let's get out of here. Our shift's about to start anyway. So much for getting a straight answer. The cafeteria remains a hidden treasure and you remain without a map. Approach another group of miners. Well, if it isn't the boss's cousin, can we help you with something? How do you know I'm Tabitha's cousin? We saw you walk in with her? Do any of you know a man named Wayne? Wayne? Do you mean Sam Wayne? What are you asking about him for? Wait, have you seen him? No. Damn, I thought... He's dead. Isaacs, get over it. No, come on, man. There's no way. How could he just die? I don't know. Why don't you ask his girlfriend? Yikes, do you think? No way. Just saying. He wasn't exactly the first fella to fall for her or her charms. Lots of heartbreak in that woman's history. Lots of jilted ex-lovers, if you catch my drift. I told him not to get involved with her. I told him. Have you fellas seen anything out of the ordinary? Weird how? Weird animal sightings? Strange question. We don't exactly get out much. What does this have to do with Wayne? Odd noises in the woods? Nothing but screech owls. It's all on that front, thanks. What do you guys think of Tabitha? Now, why would you go and ask a question like that? Are you trying to insinuate something? Horrible woman. Now, fellas, let's not go besmirching the fine, gentle lady in front of her own cousin. If Smith is right, she's got a lot to answer for. All right, fellas, I think we better cool it and get back to work before any of us say something we regret. You're probably right. As Smith and Rodriguez turn to leave, Isaac hesitates. I'll just be a minute, guys. Your funeral, man. Wanted to ask you something in private. I'm about to grab something from the caf if you don't mind joining. How serendipitous. You still don't know where the cafeteria is, but this haggard young man has, of his own accord, offered to share his wisdom with you. I'm actually looking for the caf. Great, let's walk. You follow the hard-faced young man and an anxious energy in his step as he escorts you to a building whose cafeteria sign was definitely much smaller than Tabitha had made it out to be. You line up at the steaming pile of subpar food, undoubtedly made as cheaply as possible, judging by your cousin's business practices. Still, it smells good enough, and you find your mouth watering in anticipation of the bland offerings. You said something earlier about seeing Wayne. The man's voice is quiet and nervous. Actually, I'm pretty sure I lied about that. Did Tabitha see him? Did she say anything to you about him? I'm still so surprised how different all the dialogue is for you. I love this game. And I'm very interested to see how a second playthrough is going to go with this. She said she didn't know him. If it's Sam Wayne, she sure as shit knows him. Maybe it's somebody else. But that still begs the question of where he went. If anybody has a clue, it's the person who I'm betting saw him last night, and that's your... Oh, are we talking about a certain young man who may or may not have caught the boss's eye? That's Sam Wayne, fella, right? Oh, whatever. If anybody asks, we never talked, okay? I don't want to disappear, too. What's got that kid so jumpy? It's not like... It's like he never heard of a guy running off because he got broke up with before. I've skipped town over less. Oh, it's my lucky day. I got the chicken and dumplings. What do you guys know about this Wayne fellow? All I know is that a certain someone got involved with somebody he shouldn't have, and nobody in camp's seen him since. I figured he'd just run off to live in that big mansion with his Belle. Wayne dated Tabitha? Or is that a different mansion? The thought of a strapping young man like him with that sour-faced broad always left such a bad taste in my mouth. As if you wouldn't fall on your knees if a woman of means showed the slight bit of interest in you, or any woman at all. Fair enough. Are you talking about Tabitha? They might have been talking about Pearl Ann, but... Pearl Ann's, yeah, maybe. So wait, Wayne was dating Tabitha? You best get going. Wouldn't want that hot meal to go cold. No reason to stay here any longer. Step back out into the weak sunlight, clutching the containers of various beige slops, and start making your way back towards her trailer. But you don't make it far. Something stops you. A strange uneasiness, a feeling of being watched, the smell of sick flesh. Murphy, I wish you could have stayed at the estate. It's dangerous here. Oh, hey, some buddy of yours was looking for you. The figure, Wayne, doesn't respond to this. Was that you in the garden this morning? I am just gonna completely blasé this. You don't have to be afraid of me. I am clearly showing very little fear of you right now. I'm the only person in this town who truly cares about your safety. Don't forget that. Even if it's already too late to stop, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Where were you while I was in the woods? Watching. I would have stepped in if you were ever truly in danger. Walk back to Tabitha's office like nothing happened. You casually continue on your way, returning to the hill where Tabitha's trailer is perched. She meets you at the door. Look, took you long enough. Was there a long line? I just heard some very interesting stuff from the miners about you, and that Wayne guy who's been following me. I feel like this would cause the most psychic damage to her. I don't know what to tell you. Look, I'm sure if you ask around about him, You'll hear some rumors, especially from my employees. They like to gossip. There was a man named Sam Wayne who worked here for a spell, then he disappeared. Happens all the time in this line of work. People show up for a job from out of town. They disappear one day after getting paid. I don't know what happened to the man. I didn't even know if he was still alive. But of course my workers blame me for running him off. Whatever, it's easy to blame the mean boss for that sort of thing. If you've seen him around, that's news to me, and also none of my business, as he is no longer. Your cousin's attention is suddenly drawn elsewhere. She stares past you, focusing on something in the distance. Is that Stella? How many times do I have to tell her that she's banned before she understands what that means? Tabitha shuts the door, and you both march your way down the hill. As you and Tabitha approach Stella, the two old-timers take notice and wander off. Tabby! Murphy, hey, I was just trespassing? Well, yeah, but I have a good reason this time. Shit. I knew we needed a lookout. Is there someone talking to you through an earpiece? Kanika, is that you on the other end? Stella hastily removes her earbud, muffling. I assume you could come down here with Stella with some kind of plan to catch Tabitha talking about Wayne or something. Sorry, Tabby, it's just that Oscar's kid, Rosalina, has been missing since yesterday, so we decided to ask around and see if anyone had seen her. While we were at it, we were also seeing if anybody had encountered these things we saw in the woods last night, ditchlings. That Sybil said are like little mothmen foretelling doom. Stella. And also there's this guy called Wayne who used to work here and who Kanika says is super creepy and sick, and Stella. Yeah? Just stop talking. Stop talking. It's not like I was filming or anything. I'm barely here, I promise. You were standing right in front of me, extremely here. Why didn't you check the usual teen haunts for that kid? The Maxwell place, or the gas station, or whatever, anywhere but here, where you are explicitly not allowed to be. I mean, it's the site of one of the worst catastrophes that ever befell the town. If there's another one coming, it makes sense, doesn't it? That's where our research pointed us towards, at least. I feel like I missed an entire chunk of story by going and checking up on my sister. On my cousin. Our research? Who are we talking? Who are we? You and Kanika? Yeah, she would think something awful was going to happen up here. She hates me and everything I stand for, and thinks the town would be some bustling utopia if I wasn't around to ruin it. If you went to the library, you would have met a bunch of other people and come here with Stella to talk to the miners instead. I'm not sorry for the decision I made. When in reality, we both know it wouldn't exist without me. Whatever you're looking for, you're barking up the wrong tree, so just go someplace else before... Tabitha once again trails off. Both she and Stella have noticed the girl with the dark braid and glasses sneaking along the ridge. It's Rosalina. Kanika, we found her. She's headed up the hill. Up the hill? She's not headed for the old mine, is she? The one that collapsed? We'd better go after her before somebody gets killed up there. You've got to be kidding me. No, this is great. I'll just let her know Oscar is looking for her. Then we can get out of your hair. Bye, Tabby. See you around. Stella hurries after the girl, disappearing over the hill. Damn it. I'm never going to finish my spreadsheets. Nobody needs to be playing around in those mines. We'd better go break this up. You can vaguely hear voices emanating from the boarded up entrance to the old mine. They went in? Does Stella have no sense of self-preservation? Ah, yeah, it's cousin bonding time. Tabitha sighs. Let's just get this over with, alright? I don't like the thought of you walking around an abandoned coal mine, but I'd rather not leave you out here unattended while it gets dark. You should be safe enough with me there to guide the way. Tabitha huffs her way up the mine entrance and disappears into the darkness. The inside of the mine is warmer than you'd expect. The air thick and wet. The ceiling hangs much lower than you are tall, forcing you and Tabitha to hunch over, your legs bent in a painful squat as you begin to navigate its maze of corridors. Do you know why the entrance to this place was boarded up? Because it wasn't safe. That's right, there was a collapse here and that killed 168 people. Jesus. A man named Charles Shaw decided it was okay to use faulty wood for support struts, and the entire mine came down. It almost ruined my family. It should have ruined the family. That's insane. A lucky few died instantaneously, but most of the souls who perished here, it was slow and agonizing. How are you in business? That is actually insane. That is a not insubstantial amount of people, especially for a town like this. Trapped under rubble and left to slowly succumb to crush injuries or burns or dehydration. Took a week to clear out most of the rubble and recover the bodies. The few survivors who were dragged out were never the same. Can't say I blame them. Is this supposed to be your idea of bonding? What makes you so sure it was Charles Shaw's fault? Doesn't really matter whose fault it is. That's ancient history at this point. 100 years on. Who cares about... Okay, 100 years. Never mind. Okay, I mean, it's definitely not her fault. But I have to imagine it was not Charles Shaw's fault. I'm sure it was someone in the family. 100 child workers. Jesus. What I care about are the 168 people who climbed down to their deaths that day. What? Unaware of the hand they'd been dealt until they were literally buried by it. None of us knew the price we have to pay until our debt is due. Tabitha's ruminations are interrupted by a thunderous knock echoing from deep in the mine. Sounds like rocks shifting somewhere deeper in the mine. We should be careful. Have you not been careful up until this point? Did I give you my whole tragedies of the past spiel for nothing? Come on, it came from this way. Tabitha hastens her pace and quickly disappears deeper into the mine. The deeper you progress into the mine, the heavier the air becomes. Cold dust hangs in the thick clouds around you, even though this place was abandoned over a century ago. Echoing through the tight corridors, you and Tabitha can pick up snippets of a tense argument. Can't believe your dad sent people to follow you. Disdainful teen girl. Can't believe your dad sent people to follow you. That's messed up. I think that qualifies as harassment. You're right, Becca. It is messed up. I don't need him telling me where I can be. You could at least check in so he knows you're not dead. He loves you and worries about you. He's really not asking for much. Come on, kiddos. There's some really spooky stuff going on in town right now. You shouldn't be hanging out down here. We're not kids. Yeah, we're teens. Well, you look like a bunch of kids to me. Are those canned strawberries and margaritas? Are those canned strawberry margaritas? Where did you even get those? Oh no, I know this isn't you. Miles, it had better not be you. Yeah, whatever, it's me. What are you even doing here? How did I get down here so quick? I swear to God, I left for the mine right after talking to him. He must have like sprinted to this place. So he just left the shop unattended, huh? Looks like we found her trespassers. I still can't believe that Stella managed to drag Kanika out here. She avoids me like the plague. What's the deal with you and Kanika anyway? Honestly, I have no idea. I don't hold anything against her aside from the fact that she's always hated me. She probably just got jealous that Stella and I started spending time together, but that was years ago, so who knows. No offense, but you are a little rough around the edges. That doesn't mean she has to give me a hard time. Have you tried talking to her? No. Even if I tried, it's not like she'd listen, probably. You got to the mines and grabbed Sloppenheimer lunch. Talk to miners. There's plenty of time to go to a hole, that's true. I got Sloppenheimer. Get the heck out of here. Look, I've got it kind of given up on other people understanding me. It doesn't matter. What do you think of Kanika? I think the two of us are more alike than she'd ever care to admit. I respect her, but don't tell her I said that. I wouldn't want to appear weak. Why are you telling me that? Let's move on. They're close. You breathe a sigh of relief as the tight passageway gives way to a small cavern. Within a group of teenagers engages Stella and Kanika in a heated argument. All of them are too caught up in the moment to notice you or Tabitha approach. My dad is a foreman at the continuous mining facility. He says they only abandoned this mine because there wasn't enough coal left. So it's actually really safe, and we can hang out here whenever we want. Becca, I thought your dad was a charge hand. No, Alexis, you got promoted last month. Hey, is that 7? 7 pain? Correction, your father was a foreman at the continuous mining facility. We'll see if he even has a job in the morning. I'm actually scared of how this can go without street smart. Oh no. What? Oh shit. Oh hey, Tabby and Murphy, I guess you two caught up to us. Hanging around with Tabitha today, I guess? Well, at least maybe you two can talk some sense into these kids. They clearly don't respect my authority. Hey, don't talk about us like we aren't here. Yeah, we can hear you. Alexis, don't butt in. I'm trying to make a point. Do none of you understand that a boarded up mine entrance is supposed to mean? What a boarded up mine entrance is supposed to mean? It means it's closed, condemned, not fit for human use. Come on, this place is way sturdy. Check it out. A teen with the beanie jumps up and slaps a strut on the ceiling. Oh, was that the knocking we were hearing earlier? Oh my god, Zane, cut it out. You're embarrassing us. I'm sorry for Zane's behavior. I don't think he realizes how extremely 8th grade it is to jump up and hit things. No offense, Rosalina. None taken. The other 8th graders are totally immature. Not like you, Rosalina. You're chill and smart, too. Enough. Becca is an actual pathetic crybaby. The damage is already done. Now leave. I'm putting my mother in the ground this week. I do not have the patience to deal with children. I can't believe I actually agree with Tabitha about anything, but this is the worst place I've ever been in my entire life, and I would like to see the sun again before I die. Come on, you guys, maybe it's not a big deal. We used to do dangerous things all the time, and I still do dangerous things now. Who are we to tell them where they can hang out? I mean, I don't know who you think you are in this situation, Stella, but I own this mine. It is entirely within my rights to tell them to leave, much like it is entirely within my rights to tell you to leave. Was your lifetime ban from my mines not a clear enough message for you? Hell yeah, Tabitha, tear the sad 20-something to shreds. Hey, I'm defending you. I'm not sad. Where'd you get that idea? My Stella can't possibly be sad with me. Sorry, my Stella can't possibly be sad without me with me around. How absolutely rude. These pups need to learn some manners. Running a clickbaity YouTube channel where you run around in the woods chasing nothing is extremely sad. So she's sad, so what? Give it a few years, you'll be sad too. Okay, legitimately that is the best thing that Tabitha has said so far. The passage of time is inescapable. Look, we just wanted to give Rosalina a good time. Her home life sucks right now. Yeah, tell them about where you have to sleep, Rosalina. We've been living in the library for the past couple of weeks. Dad says we can't stay at our house. We've got a hot plate and a couple cots in one of the back rooms. It's actually a pretty sick setup. No, it isn't, Zane. Rosalina deserves better. I don't care about your home life. If you're gonna do your underage drinking, go do it in the woods. Just get off my property. I mean, like, actually true. And, like, Tabitha is at least not, like, I'm gonna go call the cops. Y'all are underage and shouldn't be drinking. I mean, true, but, like, they're gonna. So, like, just actually 0 point in trying to... I don't know. Maybe there is some point. Probably there is some point. Tabitha. Look, Rosalina, I'm sure Oscar has a good reason for all that. He's a good guy and he cares about you. He thinks our house is haunted. Oh. Wait, what? And I should care because it's such a bullshit excuse? I bet he couldn't afford it anymore and is lying to you to save face. What a coward. Becca, I don't think you can, like, say that about other people's families. Isn't that like bullying or something? Shut up, Zane. Back up. He says it's haunted. I can't believe he didn't mention it to me. I could investigate. I'm actually respecting Stella less in this situation. Like, please read the room a little bit. Tabitha prefers not dealing with authorities to having to sue within her rights, to be honest. Ah, I see. There's no ghost, Stella. It would be cool if there was, but Becca's right. Just wish he would be honest with me and tell me what's really going on. It's like he doesn't think I can handle it, like I'm still a little kid. You're all children and none of you realize how good you have it. Back in the day, each and every one of you would be pulling 12-hour shifts in this exact mine. If it weren't for child labor laws, the 5 of you might have some actual character. Exactly. Rosalina's not that mature anyways. She still sleeps with stuffed animals. Says that, like, is that like a glorified Night Before Christmas hoodie? From Hot Topic or something? I'm archetyping her now. That doesn't mean she's not mature. I still have pork chop, you know? I rest my case. What is Miles doing here? Like, he's still on his phone playing a game? What was the point? Wait, what did you say about child labor? How do you know there isn't a ghost? At this rate, I'd be surprised if your house wasn't haunted. I don't like any of these options. I'm gonna weigh in on this. This is between you and your dad, and the two of you should talk about it anywhere that isn't here. I couldn't agree more. If Rosalina's house is haunted, we should break in and, like, ghost bust it or something. Sounds pretty rad to me. Whatever gets you delinquents out of my mind. Oh my god, Zane. You can't ghost bust if there is no ghost. Shut up. Rosalina lives there. She can't break into her own house. There's no ghost that you know of. Bet we could figure out how to bust it if it's actually real. And if it isn't real, well, problem solved. You know, Rosalina, you could always stay over at my house until Stella ghost busts your place. We have a finished basement with a pull-out couch. Why are we talking about this like it's a thing? It's not a thing? There is no ghost? I don't care, and I can't believe I've wasted this much time trying to argue with children. I'm washing my hands of this and calling the cops. Well, there it is. Feel free to leave before they show up. You hear that, Miles? We're leaving. I suggest the rest of you kids leave this empty mine before someone gets black lung or gets crushed by rocks or meets any one of many terrible fates people tend to meet in abandoned mines. Kanika is interrupted by a pair of thunderous knocks. That wasn't me, I swear. Then what was it? Come on, Stella, didn't you have a whole list of perfectly natural explanations for scary mine noises? It's Tommy Knockers, for sure. I know this isn't why we came down here, but we've got to check it out. They're an old Cornish myth, named for the knocking sound you can sometimes hear in the mines right before a collapse. Some say the knocking's a warning, while others say it's the spirits themselves bringing down the mines. Stella. I mean, that's not all they do. They're also sometimes just mischievous. Stella. Nobody's going deeper into the mine. Nobody's staying in the mine. You're all leaving. Please listen to Tabitha before my heart gives out. It'll be fun, Neeks. It will not. Where'd 3 of you run off to? Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. Wow. Kanika, maybe if you weren't still scared of the dark or whatever, you would have noticed them sneak off. I noticed them sneak off, and I've been zoning out the whole time we've been here. They must have squeezed through that child-sized tunnel. How idiotic can you be, I guess? Dang. I've always wondered where that goes. I've never been able to get these hips through there. It's probably for the best, dear. Stella, stop sneaking into my mines. Please, I am literally begging you. If only all the tunnels down here were wide enough for adults, we could already be done with this little mess, but no, there just has to be remnants from a bygone era. Didn't you just talk about how child labor was the good old days just a minute ago? I was trying to get you to leave my mine. That's very good. That's a very good little face there. Becca's head pops out from the tunnel's entrance. We are not about to let you come in here and ruin our good time. The mine is safe. I've been here a million times. Yeah, if Becca says we're safe, then we're totally safe. I just, whatever. Come on, you two. I know a cool spot this way. I think I know where that tunnel rejoins the rest of the mines. I'll go look for them, and I want each and every one of you to take note of the fact that I'm doing that. If those idiots get themselves lost and die, I am not letting their families sue me into the ground. You're about 75 to 80% through the chapter? Wild. Are those really your priorities right now? Yeah. Do you have a problem with that? I want the rest of you out of my mind. Except for you, Murphy. I'm not letting you out of my sight. Yeah, sure. I could never fit in that tunnel anyways. They have crossed a barrier that I cannot, so my time here is up. But only because Stella promised me a ghost hunt tomorrow. Whatever, I still have to do my dailies. Anyway, and the service down here sucks. Yo, Miles is playing Mahjong. I will happily escort these 2 knuckleheads out. No, you are not about to weasel your way into this, Stella. Oh, come on, Tabby. I've been down here a ton. I can totally help out. Tabitha sighs. There's no getting rid of you, is there? Fine, I won't waste my time arguing. Explore Booksmart. I've read a lot of stories about cave rescuers needing their own rescues. Should we get some professionals down here? I am a professional. I'd also prefer to resolve this issue without word getting out if possible. Again, I don't want to deal with angry parents trying to sue me for their own negligence. Inspiring. Don't worry, Murphy, it'll be fun and safe. I'm sure that's exactly what you told him last night, and we all know how that ended. Oh, wow. It's a little bit of a cheap shot. A little bit of a cheap shot. Stella, don't push Tabitha's boundaries like that. Tabitha, don't push Stella away like that. She hasn't done anything to deserve it. I think she deserves it a little bit, actually. I'm like 50-50 here. I don't like Tabitha, but I also don't respect, most of the reasons Stella is here. But I don't know. He's not cool enough for Mahjong. For all I know, it's just Fortnite or Genshin Impact or some other thing that instills toxic traits in the youth. That was the last thing said. We're in the cave. Children have wandered inside the cave. We know the cave is unsafe. We're trying to coax them out. I'm not getting in the middle of this. I don't really know how I stand here because I don't really agree with Stella. But Tabitha's mean, so I don't know. Let's do the first one. I'm gonna stand firm with Tabitha, but that doesn't mean I'm like, you know. I still want to continue forming bonds with all of our characters, right? I don't need you to fight my battles for me. Well, if you're gonna be like that, I don't regret this. I figured Tabitha was gonna say something like this. Stella can tag along. I'm coming with you, but because I want to come along, not because you're making me. Noted. Let's not linger any longer than we have to, shall we? Want me to take Gretchen with me? I don't know if it'll be easier to cover more ground without her. Excuse me, I'm a formidable and self-sufficient monster hunting companion. Yeah, that's probably for the best. I don't want a repeat of last night. Who knows if we'll have to do any climbing. Look at Gretchen. Gretchen's so cute. I'll see you on the other side, hopefully soon. For sure, we won't be long. Cool. Can't wait to bust some ghosts tomorrow. Call. Kanika, Miles, and Zane head towards the entrance of the mines, leaving you, Tabitha, and Stella to find the remaining teens. Alright, no dawdling. We should be able to catch up with them if we go this way. You and Stella exchange a glance as Tabitha ventures forward. As the three of you move deeper into the mine, you hear echoes of conversation bounce across the walls. Becca, why are you doing this again? I thought you thought Tabitha was like really cool. Why are you trying to get her all mad? We're doing this because Tabitha is really cool. She doesn't let anyone boss her around, so we can't just let her boss us around. Someone thinks you're cool. I can't believe she used to hang out with a nobody like Stella. Yo, are we about to see Stella Payne? Hey. I don't know. I think Stella's kind of cool. Her videos are really neat. Oh, come on. Yay, Stella Payne. Yo, we got it. We got Stella Payne. What kind of a YouTuber doesn't have a sponsor? I find this very funny because this is actually extremely accurate. People today think that it is extremely normal to have a sponsor when I was like during YouTube's adolescence, when I was just like, when it was still kind of I don't know, not, like even just a decade old, like just kind of finding its feet. People found the idea of being sponsored to be kind of an ugly thing, because like it does put into question your genuinity a little bit. It's one of the reasons I don't do it. I've been offered a few sponsorships and I'm like, no, I don't wanna. It just feels weird and icky to me. I know it's like expected, it's normal now, but it's not normal to me. I mean, not yet, but I'm in talks with Meat Rice. I make plenty from ads and donations. How does it feel to have a teen girl think you're cool, Tabitha? I feel nothing about it. The opinions of children do not interest me. I don't know, you kind of hesitated there. You're reading into things that aren't there, Stella. Just because your livelihood revolves around what people think of you doesn't mean that I care what people think of me. Congratulations on your sponsor, though. Dang, Stella, Meat Rice? That's a big deal. They're like on every big podcast. Thank you. Feels like a really big step for the channel. I just wish Becca hadn't said all the things she said tonight. She's just mean. Had nothing to do with you. You've seen how she's treated everyone tonight except Tabitha. Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm surprised you don't have thicker skin about this, Stella. You never struck me as someone who let other people's opinions bother you. If you did, I wouldn't have to try so hard to keep you off my property. Well, I know you don't mean it. Agree to disagree. I wish they were gossiping about me. Another knock closer interrupts your thoughts, followed by another, followed by another. Is it just me, or is that knocking coming from the same direction as those kids? It's not just you. Okay, the knocking is starting to freak me out. Calm down, Rosalina. It's just mind sounds. Did you guys see that? No, it was just a shadow. There's no reason to get freaked out. I saw it. Shut up. There's nothing down here. Stop trying to scare me. That sounds just like the active mind echoing through the walls, right? That sounds just the active mind echoing through the walls. Nah, it's Tommy knockers, I'm sure of it. It's not Tommy knockers. That being said, it's also definitely not the active mind. We use a machine these days and it sounds nothing like that. It's probably just rocks falling somewhere deep in the mine, which is also bad for obvious reasons. Are we sure the tunnel they went through is going to meet up back with us? Yes, I'm familiar with all the old maps of this place. There should be a central chamber not too far from here, where everything joins back up. I knew something coming down here. Oh, I'm not gonna say. Can't believe they're making us do this. They'd better get grounded when this is all said and done. As much as I appreciate the sentiment, I hope you're wrong. If they get grounded, it means people found out about this. I hate dealing with parents. Look on the bright side, Murphy. If they didn't come down here, we'd have missed out on a golden opportunity to get spooked. Tabitha glares at Stella. Let's keep moving. As you progress deeper into the mine, the knocking grows more frequent. It's still distant, but it's much louder than before. The tunnel ends abruptly in front of you. A century-old ladder is the only way forward. In the darkness beyond, you can still hear the echoes of terrified teens, their panicked arguing bouncing down the pitch-black corridors. And here we are. The tunnel they crawled through passes through the chamber below. Shouldn't be hard to find them once we get down there. I've never been this far in. Congratulations, Stella, you got what you wanted. Tabitha crawls up to the ladder and disappears over the edge. Alright, let's do this. Stella hoists herself over the edge and begins to climb down. I have to really appreciate how much effort, like time and effort, was spent on each of these scenes. Like, there's so much detail put into all of these mine backgrounds, and they're really only visible for like a minute. Oh, creepy. I'm pretty sure this is the way back. Come on. Pretty sure. I thought you'd been down here before. Okay, maybe I didn't get this far in, but whatever, it doesn't matter. I definitely remember the way out. Hurry, I don't want to be down here anymore. I think it was actually this way. Shut up. No one ever even wanted you to come with us anyway. Becca. Yep, they're close all right. Good thing they're so damn loud. Sounds like they're really lost. The voices around you, those of the teens and your companions, sound odd, distant. There's something in the darkness before you that's much louder, though you don't hear it. You don't hear it, but you can feel it in your chest, a desperate need to perceive and be perceived. They kept polishing the scenes with updates over time, if I recall. Oh, nice. Wrap yourself in the darkness of the pit. Why are we doing this? Hey, are you alright? Bear witness. What do you think you're doing? Get away from there. Your cousin dives toward you, but not before the light from your phone illuminates the chamber. You know what this kind of reminds me of? Well, I'll say it after we get through this. Murphy, are you alright? Oh, thank God you're alive. It looked like you had a seizure or something, and then you and Tabby just conked out. I'm fine. You can barely open your eyes. You're not fine. Neither of you move a muscle. I want don't want you straining yourself while you're still recovering from whatever that was. I'm gonna get you both some help. I'll be back soon, I promise. You fade back out of consciousness as your companion clambers out of the pit, intent on your rescue. You raise up on your elbows, head swimming from the visions, your surroundings coming back into focus. Your head throbs as the knocking continues, now magnitudes more intense than ever. Though through it, you once again hear the panicked voices of bickering teenagers echoing down the stone corridors. Becca, you're just getting us more lost. It's this way. If you're so sure, then why don't you just leave? I can't believe I let Alexis talk me into inviting you in the first place. Why is everything she says shitty? I'm just trying to help. I said go. Okay, I will. Alexis, you don't have to go with her. You know that, right? Pick a side, Alexis. I'm sure Becca knows where we're going. She wouldn't just lie. Sorry, Rosalina. Increasingly desperate voices of the teens are drowned out by the thunderous knocking. You can practically feel the ground shake beneath you. You can almost see the walls vibrate with the intensity of the hellish sound. God, that knocking is not helping my headache. What the hell just happened? I had some sort of vision. Did you see it too? There's gotta be fumes or something down here. It's an old mine. These places are a death trap. We probably just hallucinated. Stella just piecing out like bye. Yeah, for real. What's her deal? Are you literally gaslighting me? I said I saw it too. Stop being weird. We're leaving. I mean, you didn't say that. You said that there must be fumes or something down here. Oh wait, is that gaslighting as well? Rosalina appears in the passageway to your left, out of breath and teary-eyed. I'm so sorry I snuck off like that. I just wanted Alexis to think I was cool. The entire cavern shakes with the sound of rock fall. I don't know what the hell is up with this knocking, but that is the sound of a mine collapse. Quick, up that ladder, both of you. Wait, Becca and Alexis are still down there. You can't just leave them there. I know which way they were going. They'll listen to you this time, I promise. Do you have a death wish? This isn't a movie. The best thing we can do to help those girls right now is to not be buried alive ourselves. I'm gonna go after Becca and Alexis. Murphy, don't do this to me. Not leaving unless everyone leaves. Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss. Yo, when you. Are you serious? Thank you. They're back this way. Hurry. Well, my intention was to have... I was hoping that they would give me an option to let Tabitha guide Rosalina up and out, and then I would go and find the other kids, but I know that that's like obscenely dangerous. You run after her. The mines shake with each new thunderous blow as bits of rock and dust fall off the ceiling and scatter on the floor around you. Rosalina leads the way and Tabitha isn't far behind you. I thought you knew the way out. I thought you'd be down here a million times already. I was making it up, okay? I swear to God, Murphy, if we get stuck down here... You'll what, kill me? Then you'd be stuck down here and alone. Are you trying to push my buttons? We're coming, just stay where you are. You came back. I don't want to die down here. Then move. Okay. You quickly push your way back towards the entrance, pieces of fallen rock littering the path around you. All of you start climbing. Now, once the last teen is up, Tabitha grabs onto the ladder and starts climbing. You follow suit and start climbing. This way, come on. Your cousin moves with the kind of swiftness you'd expect from someone who's spent her entire working life in and around coal mines. Why couldn't you just have listened to someone other than yourself, Becca? I'm sorry, okay? God. No, you're not sorry. You push forward, your burning muscles giving way to pure adrenaline. To your horror, you can see cracks forming on the walls of the tunnel. Come on, we've got to go faster. We're almost there. I can see the entrance. Your surroundings quake as the mine collapses around you. Ow! Damn. That looks painful. And then the knocking fades and you feel safe, having arrived back to the entrance in one piece. What the fuck? What the fuck? Rosalina, are you okay? Clearly she's not okay, idiot. Shut up, Becca. It's your idea to go down there in the first place. This is your fault. She's fine. I mean, she's alive. I hope? Why did this have to happen? Okay, the knocking stopped at least. All of you stay exactly where you are. I'm gonna make some calls. Okay, she's alive. This really hurts. Stella and Kanika pop their heads through the mine entrance. Tabitha just stormed out of there. Are you... Oh my god. Rosalina, can you hear me? We're gonna get you out of there, okay? Stella already called an ambulance. But that means cops are gonna come. They're gonna know I was drinking. Oh my god. Get your priorities in check. They're gonna know we went in there to drink, right? I'm trying really hard not to judge this character, but I'm judging her a lot, okay? Becca, that doesn't matter. If my dad finds out, he'll kill me. He can't know. Becca squirms through the gap in the boards and scampers away. Way to leave your friend also, like, Jesus Christ. LeMaffeo. LeMaffeo! She's being an asshole. She's not just being an asshole. She's being a, like, let's ostracize this person. I did, like, boot her from every friend circle. I like Stella's, like, minimalist little drawing up here. It's pretty funny. One of us should wait by the gate to make sure they can find us up here. Should check in with Tabby. See if she needs help. We're gonna get you help. Everything's gonna be okay. What's up with Stella? She just seems to kind of not be on the ball sometimes. Like, we could have really used her help prior, you know? Like, if she had led... I don't know. I feel like that we could have done that differently. Becca and Miles are, like, actually trash. Earl is, like, one level above them. Okay. Wow, Earl is you know it's bad when we're putting a cop above a character. Like, you messed up pretty badly if there's a cop above you. All right, I'll go down to the gate. Rosaline, I'm so sorry. I'll be back soon. We're gonna get you out of here and you're gonna be just fine, okay? Murphy and Alexis will keep you safe until then. I know you're sick, but I'm here to keep you warm. Don't worry, pup. I know you're sick. I'm here to keep you warm. Gretchen is like top tier. S tier, Gretchen S tier. Well, I'll do a ranking of characters when we're done, okay? Am I gonna die? No, you're not gonna die. It just sucks a lot, okay? Don't say things like that. Probably so. None of these are like, no. But like, except this one, which is also just like kind of shitty. You're not gonna die. The ambulance will be here any minute. You're gonna be okay, I promise. Thanks, Murphy. Rosalina's breath comes in quick, irregular bursts. If I don't make it, tell my dad I'm sorry. We're not doing that. I'm the one who has to be sorry. Has something to be sorry about. This is all me and Becca's fault. I mean, we can just say it's Becca's fault. I don't mind. We can throw her under the bus this time. That's okay. We can throw her under the bus. You exonerated. Whatever blame you might have had, we can just throw her under the bus. It's fine. We never should have gone down there. I mean, it's true, but it's Becca's fault. Don't worry about it. It's not your fault. I went down there because I wanted to. No, it's fine. I told you, we're throwing Becca under the bus. It's not your fault at all. You wouldn't have done it if Becca was, you know, not a thing. I will only accept Gretchen at the top of the list. Yeah. Rosalina pauses, catching her breath. Thank you, Murphy. I'm glad everyone else made it out okay. Couldn't have done it without your help. You should stop hanging out with Becca. She bullied both of you into doing things you don't want to do. Actually. What are you trying to do? Make some sort of after-school special? It's probably right, though. If I were just smart and brave like you, I wouldn't have let Becca drag me around down there. You wouldn't have had to go after us, and then you wouldn't be... You're the nicest person I know, Rosalina. Just isn't fair. Rosalina, can you hear me? Yeah, it's still awake. Just hurts like hell. Sorry, I shouldn't be pushing you to talk. I'll just hold your hand until you come back with help, okay? Well, honestly, getting her to talk would probably be okay. Like, just, you know, like, keep yourself conscious. Don't go to sleep. Don't go to sleep just yet, pup. Wish Alexa stood up to Becca a little earlier so we could have let her... Jesus. I'm not gonna go that far, but I certainly don't like her. Alexis grasps Rosalina's hand. Tears streak down both of their cheeks as you sit in silence together, waiting for the long, anxious moments to pass before help arrives. Some of the men are on the way with rock lifts. We'll get you out of there soon. They're over here, Earl. Jesus H. Christ, you weren't kidding about the emergency. It'll still be a bit for the ambulance. The nearest depot is over in Brevard, so it'll be at least another half hour. Jesus. You heard the man. You have half an hour to get her out of there. Move it. Rosalina, sweetie, I'm here. Dad, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You don't have to be sorry. It's okay. We're all here. Can hang on, Rosalina. I know you can. Yeah, I mean, like, in this circumstance, like, the punishment is less than enough. Like, yeah. Not a good teaching moment, but man, I hate Becca. It's a broken leg, not a vital organ failure. Yeah, but, like, blood loss is the thing, right? And it looked pretty bad. The Tabitha's men quickly get to work and manage to pull Rosalina out of the rubble just as the ambulance arrives. I'm afraid there's no space in the back. What do you mean, I can't ride with her? You're better off driving with us. We're headed to Brevard, so it's quite a ways. Is she gonna be okay? She's gonna make it, right? Yes, sir, I promise you we're gonna do everything we can to keep her stable. Her vitals are looking good. Be as fast as I can, okay? I promise you won't be alone. Love you, Dad. Paramedics load Rosalina into the back of the ambulance and drive off. Oscar approaches you off to the side as the police talk to Tabitha and her men. What the hell happened in there? Oscar, Rosalina, and her friends got lost in there. Murphy went after them. Murphy, you mean Murphy Scarlet? It was Tommy Knockers. What happened? That Becca girl is a terrible influence is what happened. I actually have the option of throwing Becca under the bus. That's amazing. I'm so sorry. It's okay. At least nobody died. What happened though? Just teens being teens. I don't know about the consequences of this one. Listen, I don't like Becca, but I also don't know what she's about, so like throwing her completely under the bus. I mean, it's tempting, but I feel like there would be consequences for that down the road. I feel like this is the, I don't know, most pragmatic answer that doesn't get Tabitha in trouble, because I don't want to necessarily implicate the mine as being the problem. Although I don't know, like it's a weird legal issue, because there would be a legal battle for sure. How liable is Tabitha in this circumstance? The teens go past the safeguards, like, you know, maybe there should have been a sign. I didn't see any sign saying, you know, forbidden or abandoned. But like they ignore the safety guards that are in place to go down and do drinking, and like then they meet consequences of the abandoned mine. It's a little weird. I may have things to say about Oscar, but also he's a single dad. And a romance option. Wow. We did our best to get them out of there. No, this was no teenager's fault. It's a parent's job to make sure their kids don't deliberately put themselves in these situations. Rosalina was mad at me, and instead of fixing the thing that was driving her away, I just ignored it. This is my fault. Is Oscar the one who thinks that their living room is haunted? I'm the parent here. I'm sure she thinks I'm making things up about our house being haunted. Yeah, it is. Okay. I've seen things that I can't explain. It's only gotten worse over time. She told us about it down in the mine. For what it's worth, I believe you. Stella, not the goddamn time. I mean, I know we've seen some shit, but like, let's not. I think he's actually correct to maybe lean towards we shouldn't apply pressure to our kids because it may actually lead to pretty bad consequences down the road because of a haunting, quotation marks. I mean, it's got some implications. No comment, but after tonight, I don't know. Once you're back from the hospital, we can check it out for you. Thanks, Stella. That means a lot. I've got to go. Mr. Gutierrez? Is that how you say that? Gutierrez? Is it okay if I come too? I want to be there for her. Of course, Alexis. It'll be good for her to see a friendly face. The two of them head over to Oscar's car and drive off. I can't believe you left us down there. I don't know how I feel about that. It's complicated. I definitely have questions about Stella's reliability to handle these weirdly chaotic situations. She seems to not really be helpful, but I guess calling the ambulance is fine. But I don't know, like, your two friends have collapsed and the place is showing signs of crumbling and you leave. I feel like I don't know, like what's the consensus on that one? Is that the move? It's a polarizing character. Many people hate her for being simultaneously so uppity about anything dangerous, while not really showing enough concern for anyone until it's too late. Yeah, polarizing is exactly the word I would use. I don't dislike her. I don't think she's a bad person, but she seems kind of flaky. Not even flaky. A little bit airhead. Just a little tiny bit airhead. Like, just not taking this seriously enough. And like, I don't know. You know what it is? I think it's YouTuber brain. And I've experienced this myself. Is when you start doing like quotation marks content, it unfortunately has this potential to recontextualize life as content. And I do think that that's maybe how her character has been written, is that she's contextualizing almost every single like problem as content a little bit, or through the lens of like, this is Tommy knockers. It's like, yeah, like, read the room a little bit. Not saying that going and calling the ambulance isn't a bad move, but I feel like there were better ones. And it does kind of read as like, I can't handle this. I'm gonna go do the one thing that will get me out of here. Do you think Rosalina's gonna be okay? I'm not gonna give her shit about it right now, though. Paramedic said she was stable. She's a tough kid. She'll be okay. Maybe I will give her shit about it now. I don't know. I feel like if I talk about my vision, that is having the similar effect of not taking things seriously. I'm gonna give her shit and then I'll talk about the vision. Lay off her. She didn't leave when she did. The ambulance might not have gotten here in time. I mean, that's fair, but it's also like a hindsight 2020 situation. It's okay, I'm sorry. I had no idea how long you two would be out of commission. I had to get help. At least you're alive, right? Alright, vision. There's a stone carving on the wall. Oh yeah, the thing that this game reminds me of a little bit, and I highly recommend reading this. It comes with its fair share of content warnings, so please be aware of that. But Lock and Key is like just an excellent graphic novel series, and there's vibes of it in this game. The house specifically is very reminiscent of Lock and Key. The thing underground, the strange happenings, the sort of growing paranormal, those are all like very major themes in Lock and Key, and it's also kind of framed in the context of a mystery a little bit. I think that I would be very surprised if the writer of this has not read it at the very least, or been influenced by it. I think she has also been defined to have a southern hospitality aspect of expressing dislike by being standoffish and impersonal to you. Personality wise, there's a stone carving on the wall of that pit. It gave me some sort of vision. I saw what happened to this place. Are you sure you didn't hallucinate? You were at the bottom of an old mine. You weren't down there. Murph and Tabby had like simultaneous seizures next to a creepy stone carving. It was like something out of a movie. What happens now? What happens now? We go home. Now hold on a minute. Mind if we have a quick word with your cousin, miss, in private? Okay, fine, just make it quick, and don't you dare try and pull anything on him. He did nothing wrong here. This is where I would say nothing. I would, you don't say anything to the cops. If that's an option, I'm taking it. I'm afraid that means you two. Don't you need to talk to us? We're witnesses too. But we can wait. We know where to find y'all. What a coincidence, running into you 2 nights in a row. This is my colleague, Deputy Derrickson. Pleased to meet you, Murphy. Apologies for my absence yesterday. It was my special bowling night, you see. Man has to have his me time. But I was briefed on the events of last night, even though we're still not sure if what went on could be considered a crime. Duke has been missing since then, though we found neither hide nor hair of him. Could be he's just on an extended hunting trip. With this line alone, I hate this person. It wouldn't be the first time he's done something like that. I was told the footage showed his supposed body, but we couldn't get that camera working, so no way to confirm until we track him down. Now, I understand both of these were terribly unfortunate accidents that had nothing to do with you being in the area, but as officers of the law, you have to understand that we get a little suspicious when we see the same face multiple times in a row. We have to ask, what exactly were these teenagers in a shuttered mine owned by your family, and why were you down there with them? Remain silent. I am not even looking at the options. I don't care. I don't care. I'm not looking at the options. I'm not talking to these guys. He's probably still in shock. Can't say I blame him after an evening like this. Perhaps it'd be best to touch base in the morning, see where your head's at after you've gotten some rest. From here on out, Murphy, you should do your best to stay out of trouble. No more isolated trails in the woods or abandoned mines, you hear? It's asking for trouble. Wouldn't want to see you on any of our other calls this week. Have a good one. Deputy Derrickson tips his hat to you. The 2 officers wander back towards the mine. Derrickson taking notes as they examine the scene. The cops are not your friend. Do not talk to the cops. Make your way towards Stella and Kanika. Just can't believe 2 nights in a row. Is it my fault, Neeks? Yes, it's your fault. No, it's not your fault. This is just an awful coincidence. It's not your fault. Now, hey, guess the cops are done with you? What, are they going to take you in for being present at an accident? Sorry if they gave you a hard time. Small-time cops, you know? Always blame everything on drifters, even acts of God, I guess. Excellent. You didn't get arrested. Now, come on. Let's get back to the estate. I'd like to get some rest before I have to deal with the fallout of everything that happened tonight. I'll see you tomorrow, okay, Murphy? Tomorrow? You've already ruined my evenings on 2 consecutive nights, Stella. What do you think you'll be doing with my cousin tomorrow? We're going ghost hunting at Oscar's, remember? We talked about it in the mines. You were there. I didn't think you were serious. Fine, we're gonna keep running into each other. We might as well have an open line of communication. I don't have Stella's number, so Murphy, you should make sure you do. Tabitha, why don't you have Stella's number? I'll give Stella my number, but not for whatever this is. I just want to make sure I don't miss tomorrow's ghost hunt. I'm not your toady. But my privacy. Not the time. You give Stella your contact info. Don't worry, I'll only use this newfound power when it's truly urgent, like inviting you over for breakfast. Keep me posted on what she's doing. Let me know if that ghost hunt actually happens. It's weird that you care about what she's doing so much. Clearly I have to. Come on, let's go. Tabitha starts walking to her car, pulling you by the arm. Your phone buzzes as she drags you. It looks like Stella has already set up a group chat with you and Kanika. I'll see you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. You can practically feel Tabitha roll her eyes as she drags you to the car. Tabitha doesn't say a word as the car cuts along the darkened road. You try to keep an eye on the surrounding wilderness as she drives, wary of what may lurk behind the tree line. Doing terribly, by the way. Poor Rosalina, poor Oscar. I feel like this is just gonna lead her to say poor me. Sorry about today. Let's start with that. How are you holding up? Let's start with that. Poorly. But I'd really rather we didn't get into it. I'm doing terribly, by the way, in case you wanted to know. Yeah, me too. I've got to focus on the road, though. Your eyes wander back to the tree line as you and Tabitha sink back into silence. You once again cross the threshold into the estate, the musty stench of the decaying mansion greeting you with its undertones of mildew and wood rot. Well, this day was a lot more stressful than it needed to be, and I'm sure it's the precursor to a horrifically stressful week. I'm going to bed. I suggest you do the same. I'll see you in the morning. Tabitha turns and makes her way up the stairs, her posture defeated. You head up to your room to turn in. You collapse in Tabitha's dusty guest bed, your head empty of thoughts. After your time in the Shaw mine, you barely even notice the dust. Your phone buzzes on the table. Kanika sent a message to Stella. Y'all... These are those things, right? Kanika sends a picture of a pair of ditchlings by the side of the road. I saw them again, too. Another picture, this time of them staring from a tree. What the fuck? These things are definitely not hairless monkeys or raccoons or whatever. I don't know what the hell they are. I guess there's more to them being here than the mine collapse. No way I'm sleeping tonight. You think that about looking out the guest room window, but at this point you're too exhausted to leave your bed. The adrenaline from this evening is finally wearing off, replaced by a creepy exhaustion that threatens to overwhelm you. Your limbs feel heavy and your eyelids slipping down over your eyes, even as you stare down at the ominous pictures on your phone. If it weren't for the pit of dread balling in your stomach, you would almost feel comfortable as you settle in between the covers, your tired bones sinking into the decrepit mattress. When you close your eyes, you see Rosalina's face, twisted with pain, staring up at you with tear-streaked cheeks. Trapped by powers beyond her control, terrified of what her now uncertain future would hold. Your eyes shoot back open, your heart pounding as the door to your room swings open. Oh, just the cat. It's always just the cat. Is it? I don't think she's ever wandered in here before, has she? Don't read into this. The woman kicked me out. Just want a warm place to sleep. It's nice to see another living being, even one as unfriendly as Tabitha's cat. The comfort of her presence sets your mind at ease, and you finally slip into a deep sleep.